Hey, it's Jaden.
And Melissa.
And Christy.
We're the co-founders of Launchers
Academy.
And we help dropshippers become successful by providing the most relevant e-commerce strategies.
You're tuning into the Launchers Academy podcast experience,
where you will learn all the ins and outs of how to build your very own successful dropshipping store.
So kick back, take lots of notes, and let's make money this year.
Everyone, welcome back to another episode of our Launchers Academy podcast experience. Today, we are going to be talking about a very special topic that we've gotten a lot of questions on from both our students as well as people in the e-commerce community. And that question is, what does the future look like for e-commerce? And what are some e-commerce trends that are expected to happen in 2022 as we start into the year? So I have a couple of stats I'm going to share here before I get Jaden's and Christy's thoughts. Number one, that is going to blow your mind because it definitely blew my mind when I saw this, is that the e-commerce market is expected to grow by $11 trillion between 2021 and 2025. Now let that sit here with you a little bit. 11 trillion. And it's only in the span of 4 to 5 years. Completely crazy. Another really interesting stat that I saw that I want to share as well is that the global trend towards the digitization has expedited so quickly at such a lightning speed that sales in e-commerce are only going to climb from here on out. And the global e-commerce sales are expected to reach 5 trillion just in 2022 and 6 trillion by 2024. After sharing these stats, I'm going to pass it off to Christy and Jaden to see what they think about the e-commerce future for 2022 and beyond.
Yeah, I think it's amazing to hear that there's so much opportunity out there within the e-commerce space. And from my stats that I have is as of February 2021, 46% of people stated that they actually spend 5 to 6 hours on their phone on a daily basis. So there's so many people online. Especially right now, mobile shopping is booming as well. Everyone's just on their phone. You have Instagram where they've implemented Instagram shopping where you can actually post photos and tag the products. So it makes shopping even easier because you can just look at a photo, some influencers posting them with their products, and then you look at it and it looks really nice and you want to actually buy it for yourself. You can just simply tap on it. So a lot of platforms out there are also optimizing their interactions to include e-commerce as well. So there's a lot of opportunity and it just makes the whole purchase process online a lot more easier as well for people to go online and just simply browse and shop. So it's a lot of opportunity within e-commerce and it's always growing and improving in this space.
Yeah, absolutely. And just the fact that everyone literally is at home spending so many hours on their phones and on their computers. The screen time has increased drastically over the past year and a half because of COVID-19, but really it's only going to continue, from here on out. The screen time is not really going to go down.
Hey, it's Jaden. Are you enjoying our episode so far or our episodes before that? Well, if you are, we just want to thank your loyalty and support for listening to our podcast because we cannot grow without you. So that's why up to this point, we're going to give you exclusive access where no one else has in order for us to help you succeed in dropshipping. And this is how it's helped our students become successful. And what we are going to share with you is one of our proven steps in order to find winning products that we believe you would enjoy. So in order for you to claim your exclusive access, all you have to do right now is open up your desktop or your mobile and go to launchersacademy.com/method. That's launchersacademy.com/method. And you'll get a lot of value from there. And also more importantly, you'll find out exactly how to find your winning products and how it's helped our current students find their winning product, and you'll be on your way to success. So that's launchersacademy.com/method.
So there is a huge opportunity to be in the online space as an e-commerce company, taking your physical store, if you're only a physical store location, to e-commerce, or just even starting e-commerce because the barriers to entry are so much lower than it was just 5 years ago even.
Yeah, and there's so many brands out there too that are all moving online and they have their own websites and A lot of them are Shopify and just putting all their products on there because there's so much opportunity. Everyone's just buying online. It's a lot more convenient. They can order it and have it shipped directly to wherever they want. So that's why e-commerce is the future, and everyone's just really enthusiastic about e-commerce and buying online.
Yeah, for sure. I think also what's really interesting nowadays is what used to be people going to stores and having to touch the product to really see it for themselves and, do the whole look and feel type of thing. They now translated that online by looking at reviews of other people and looking at user-generated content instead. So instead of having to go to a store and actually touching the product and trying it for yourself, you see other people using it, and that already gives you that, comfort that you need to make that purchase. So I think that's a huge trend in the shift of consumer behavior where people no longer need to actually be in store to test the product.
Yeah, I love that. And just to also add to that, there are brands that are solely online because of how much business they get just being online, and they save so much cost from having to have their own retail store. So a lot of brands such as Mejuri, the jewelry brand, they're all online. They don't actually have a physical store, and a lot of opportunity within the online space where there's just so much sales you can make just online.
Jaden, was there anything that you wanted to add on to this conversation?
You both had some fair points. One thing I will say why e-commerce is the future and continues to be a leading opportunity for those to, make a good living is the saying that a new habit is easy to form, but an old habit is hard to break. And in the sense is, everyone's kind of built this habit starting when the pandemic kind of pretty much became a global crisis, which is around like March 2020. And people are kind of just really in this mindset because they're stuck at home to just making purchases online and getting more comfortable with the idea of making it a daily routine. And, a lot of different countries, a lot of different states, provinces across the board, they were shut down for months, right? And they didn't have the opportunity to break the habit. They were forced to continue the habit of making those purchases. And when you've been doing something for so long, it becomes part of you. And the routine is for people to literally just, when they need something, they go online, they buy it, have it directly shipped to them and not have to worry about, who they're going to come in contact with and whether or not they're going to catch a COVID-19 of, A, B, C, D, F variant strand or whatever the case may be in this current economy. So having that information at hand is we're at a great position now where e-commerce, which has been around for decades, but is getting even stronger in the sense that a lot of people, our consumers, the ones that are gonna fill our pockets, they're already accustomed to making purchases online. What's going to be hard for them is going back to when things were before the pandemic, is going to a store, making those purchases. What's comfortable for them is buying online. What's going to be uncomfortable for them is going into a store. And for some family, not for every single family or every individual, they might feel a little bit uncomfortable going to a store with a bunch of people not wearing masks or a whole crowd of people and literally just butting shoulders with people. There are customers out there that are not ready for the world to reopen again because they're paranoid. And just having that specific key information at hand, that is why e-commerce is the future. And a lot of stores, if you read the news, they shut down and they're more transitioning into the e-commerce world. And if the big brands are doing, if the stores that's been running around for the last 10, 15 years are shutting down the physical location and opening up a digital location, it should tell you something as an entrepreneur, as someone that wants to dive into e-commerce, that you should take this more seriously than ever. Otherwise, you're just leaving a lot of money on the table.
Yeah, that's a really good point. It's just the fact that going back to the point, you break that barrier of, let's say you've never shopped online before, but you took that step now. Well, you see how easy it is. You see how easy it is to place an order, even do a return if you need to. Then why would you go back? Because now you have this new reality for your situation where you realize just how easy it is just to buy online and never even having to step outside of your house.
Yeah, and just to add to that, I personally also really enjoy buying online because I'm able to browse for different products that I might have trouble finding within the store. And I'm able to also use filters and just filter by what I want to look for. And it's a lot more easier. And I'm able to, explore a lot more different products versus going in store. Definitely love that part about e-commerce.
There is huge opportunities in e-commerce. And a lot of people say that e-commerce is, already hit its highest wave, but we're nowhere near that. Just from the stats I gave you, we're in the trillions, right, in 1 year, and it's only going to grow from there. So you know that e-commerce is already the future. It's already here. Whether you leverage it or not, it's up to you. But if I were you, and I know that there was such a huge opportunity out there for e-commerce, and it's only going to grow within the next 5-10 years, why would I not get into it? So that's it for this episode. Thank you again for listening, as always, and we will see you in the next one.
Did you enjoy this episode?
If you did, which we believe you did, as we dropped a ton of value,
support us by giving us a 5-star rating.
That's 5 stars, not 3, not 4, but 5 stars.
Also, we'd love to hear from you, so please leave your comment below.
And we'll be sure to get back to you. Take care, and until next time.